So if you know me, you know I'm very scheduled. That's just me. And during this time of really grief and bereavement, it's really been interesting. And even during my prayer time, it's really been unique because I really feel like God is saying to me, throw out the schedule. And and more often than not, God has told me, hey, get rid of the schedule. I don't have time for that. And you don't have time to try to force yourself to keep up with the schedule. Like I got it. And so today I just really felt like God was saying, Chanel, you can't schedule your grief. You can't schedule your time of bereavement. You can't schedule your time of mourning. If you feel like crying, just cry. And if you feel like laughing and you feel okay, then laugh and be okay. But you cannot schedule your grief and then expect to grieve in a healthy way. Feel what you feel in the moment and go from there. And it's really hard. But I really feel like God was saying, you can't schedule your time of grief any more than you can schedule an expectation to lose a loved one. And you had no idea that you were about to lose your dad. That was completely unexpected. And sometimes that's how grief is. That's how moments of grief are. They're just completely unexpected. They just happen. And you can't schedule that. And then he reminded me of Matthew 5. God blesses those who mourn, for they will be comforted. And I really feel like God is saying, the more you try to schedule your mourning, the more you try to schedule your grief, the more you try to schedule your bereavement, the more you close the door to the comfort that I want to provide for you in the moment. Because grief may hit you at a moment where someone's around that I need to use them to comfort you. Grief may hit you in a moment where someone's around where you need to show that when you are weak, you are strong in me. Grief comes when it comes. And I need you to not try to schedule it, and I need you to trust me. So for all of you out there who are grieving, and maybe you're grieving a loved one, maybe you're grieving a job, maybe you're grieving a relationship, whatever it is, for you and I both, the message that I really feel like God has for us today is, don't schedule your grief. Be sad if you feel like being sad. Be joyous when you feel like being joyful, because God is always good and there's always reason for joy, but that doesn't mean that you don't grieve the loss.